Welcome to the Scoop with Coop. I am Coop. Today, I am honored to have Dr. Irons here with me. Dr. Irons, welcome to the Scoop with Coop. As always, we gotta ask our guests first and foremost, what is your favorite flavor of ice cream? If you have a scoop of ice cream, what is your go-to?
It is vanilla. Vanilla. Oh, it's delicious. And generally, whatever ice cream is in my mouth, I don't discriminate. I love all ice cream, but vanilla above all, and more specifically, vanilla bean, which is what this is. This is the happiest surprise ever. I have I harbor no prejudices against French people, French culture, but French vanilla should be abhorred at all times. It's not real vanilla. So anything not French vanilla.
So, what? Sorry, getting distracted by my producers here. I don't know what's wrong with them today. Ice cream. Would you say that is dessert number one for you? Like, give me your top three go-to desserts that you would ever have, or if you could whether for celebrating anything, what are your go-tos for your favorite desserts?
Ice cream number one by far, and then macaroons.
Really?
Yeah, I love macaroons.
Is there a particular flavor? I know, because I've gone into some bakeries and you see vast array of macaroons of different ones. Do you have a go-to top ones that you love the most, or just kind of all of them in general?
Vanilla, almond, pistachio.
Okay.
Probably in that order. And over Christmas, I was visiting a friend of mine and his wife and their kids, and his wife has taken it upon herself to become a great macaroon chef.
Really? That's cool.
They were so good. I was strongly encouraging her by the end of the visit to quit her job as a pharmacist. I said, this is better medicine for humanity than any pills that you push, lady. And she didn't listen. But she makes amazing macaroons.
Okay, so ice cream, macaroons. What would be your third one?
Oh, that's so hard. More ice cream.
More ice cream. So you are all in on the ice creams.
Yes.
Vanilla is the go-to. Do you have any other flavors that you love the most? Or is it no, I will just try the vanilla bean, different types of vanillas, whatever. That is what I am happy with. No other flavors necessary.
Vanilla all the way, but when I was a kid, it was always mint chocolate chip.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so we had another guest who loved mint chocolate chip. What is your reason for the mint chocolate, or at least obviously, so when you were a kid? So why, when you were a kid, was the mint chocolate chip the go-to?
Because it was so wonderfully cool and refreshing. Now that I've gained wisdom as an adult, I'm like, why wouldn't I just eat vanilla and then brush my teeth? It's the same effect. The mint doesn't do it for me as much anymore. But I'll always eat it. I'm not going to refuse it.
Right, but now it's not the go-to like it was when you were a kid.
Not like I was when I was a kid.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I wouldn't even have to think in the ice cream shop.
Okay, fair enough. Dr. Irons, this is your first year here teaching middle school students. What is the biggest difference, if there is any difference? So you were a college professor before, middle school teacher now. Biggest difference between middle schoolers and college students is what?
Oh, my goodness.
And this could be positive or negative, either direction of differences there, or maybe one of both. Either way,
you're going to find this to be quite stunning, but there's not an enormous difference in their habits.
Right.
In their habits, and in a lot of in their outlook, in things. So, I mean, this is somewhat superficial. The biggest difference is just the material that we're doing.
Sure.
But the souls of 18-year-olds or 20-year-olds are still being shaped and formed and molded. And they need to learn things like time management, and they need to learn how to steadfastly act in accordance with their values.
Yeah.
Sometimes the high schoolers don't I mean,
trust me, we have high schoolers
not
here.
high
They know. No. They know.
Yeah.
Our high schoolers know the same things. So.
And then that there's also some overlap between the middle schools are discovering in many important ways who they are and who they want to be, and I think that happens again very often in college.
Yeah.
And the probably the most wonderful thing about Heritage is that because there is a shared set of Christian values, that we don't have to play guesswork about what we believe and what we stand for.
Were you surprised then that there were so similarities? So again, obviously age difference, but were you surprised that there were so many similarities between the college students that you had before and the middle schoolers? Did you expect there to be a greater difference, or were you like, nah, I expected this. I expected the similarities between the two.
I didn't expect anything. The only formal experience I'd had with previous middle schoolers was as a residential counselor, and so I lived 24 hours a day, either 5 or 6 days a week, with 12-year-olds, and made sure that they put their laundry where they were supposed to go and make their beds and brush their teeth and do study hall and all of these things. No, those kids were not like the kids we have here. Those kids might attack or bite you.
Wow.
I did not expect to be attacked or bitten, and happily I have not been.
Yes.
But to answer your question maybe more fully, I guess this shows a lack of any sort of sustained thought about this very issue. But no, I don't know what I expected. I just maybe what I expected, and it was absolutely the case, was to see the very beginnings of the ability to think abstractly, and that's really, really neat to see.
Cool. I mean, and what I love from what I've seen with you this year has been your openness to both seeing the similarities and the differences, to like that, learning that abstractness. I wish more people, when they were doing something, especially when it's for the first time or a transition, they had your kind of attitude of being like, hey, I'm going to go into this. I will not have every answer to every question, and that's okay. I'm going to figure it out. But that means that I'm going to learn. I'm going to adjust so that I can help these learners learn as well, to adjust as well. I've really appreciated that. That attitude has made you a huge difference here in the middle school this year. We're gonna wrap things up. I should have asked this with my other guest, but I want to ask you. Going back to ice cream, we always have cups to eat. Are you cone, waffle cone, cup, bowl? What is your go-to servingware for the ice cream?
So I try to follow the lead of a gelato salesman I met in Rome once.
Okay.
And he actually told me, and he was upset. I mean, he was animated, upset, at times indignant, about people who sell cones with gelato.
Really?
He says, I'm a purist. I don't want anything interfering with the taste.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he was anti-cone, wouldn't sell them in his shop. And ever since, he converted me. I used to be waffle cone.
Yeah.
But his waffle, there's a huge waffle and ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong.
You get it all right there. But
if it's good ice cream, I try to be a purist, follow the lead of this Roman gelato salesman. No sprinkles, no waffle.
I like it.
And
going back to the origins, I guess, of how it's supposed to be enjoyed with the gelato and everything.
That's right.
Well, Dr. Irons, thank you for coming along today.
Thank you so much.
All of you, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe.